everyone. Good night, good night, good night, good night. It's a Monday night. From a see us on a Monday, you know that once football is going on, especially EPL, we're here once again to delve into that a bit because there was a lot of action over the weekend, and you know that when it comes down to sports frenzy, this is the right place for you to come to know about the EPL. And well, if anything interesting is going on in the other leagues, we also touch on those things. But primarily on a Monday, we mainly review what happened on the weekend in the EPL. And as I said, there are a lot of interesting actions that took place, and there are also a lot of things that happened afterwards. And boy, a lot of things to talk about. Um, United getting a win that seemingly saved Ole job. Tottenham losing, Nuno out of a job. City losing to Crystal Palace. That was like nobody saw that coming. Also, Arsenal ended up getting a victory at long last for a long while. But and we also saw Liverpool being pegged back by Brighton. And boy, I can tell you, man, Brighton played some good football. So tonight with me, I have Sherwin, finally back in the building after a long
Yo,
while. Sherwin started that and return, man. And we also have the man himself, who is here almost every night, except from probably on a Thursday night when there's cricket, because instead the man is a cricket novice. But man say, yo, you can't call me a cricket novice when I play cricket at high school level. So talking about Kems. Welcome again to the show,
Yes,
boss.
yes, sir. Open up
As
the
I was
joke.
saying, as I was saying, go ahead.
I say open up the joke analyst on the show tonight, because tonight, a lot of stuff going on, and we have some really high level stuff to talk about. So any jokers are not welcome tonight, So that guy from over Liverpool side him can sit out and stay in the comment section tonight.
All right, so Sherwin decided that he's going to join us now. Sherwin, what on?
me there, man. Y'all hear me good?
Clearly.
Okay, okay. Yes, me don't know what the youth you talk about over here, saying, honestly to God. But no joke analyst. How this a man a come from pan this at Monday night, yeah, man? Eh? You know, see a big weekend happen over here. How are you, man?
Big weekend from a side. We,
All right.
we have we have to give a side that tree love.
Yeah, man. Yo, Kems, this man was over the moon now till the man even calculates the Arsenal get what? Seven. How much you said, producer?
I think him say was 17
Seven,
from
Two,
21.
17.
221, 220.
221. I was like, this man is crazy.
Over the
But
moon.
that, that's what happened when Arsenal win. When Arsenal win, Arsenal fans kind of lose their credibility. Well, Shamika, no say are good people still, so I'm not really throw that one there at you. But people like Bones now have to take a one conk. But well, look at it though. As I said, a lot of interesting action took place, and none more so than early Saturday morning. And Kems once again, I'm going to give the Arsenal man time to talk about it now, but I just want to put this out to you. From your call though, that Emily Smith Rowe guy, he has just been playing, and playing. And he was instrumental to that Arsenal victory. And what do you think of him overall, though, Kems?
Oh, Emil.
Yeah.
All right. So what I think now is that I think he's finding his footing, and he's finding his role in the team. I think I think at the start of the season, a lot of him taking the number 10 and everything. I think a lot was weighed on the youngster's shoulder. And obviously the first few games he was very tentative, getting used to everything and what is expected of him in now a different role than what he played last season. So I think now he's seemingly comfortable in his role. He looks comfortable at the part. Look the man who they hyped him up to be. So but again, we're 9, 10 games in the Premier League right now. So he has stepped it up a notch. Which has also propelled Arsenal in their performances. In the win and the draw column, and not in the loss column. But he's playing well. We can't say nothing about him right now. So he's playing well.
Okay. And before I move on to the Arsenal man, Sherwin, big up Shamika, see in the comment section, see Owen Dilworth as well. Shamika is saying Arsenal winning, and as I said, Shamika is a big Arsenal fan. This woman even went as far as to offer me an Arsenal jersey. I don't know what happened to this woman. Also, here's Owen Dilworth in the comment section saying that Brighton broke my heart. So Sheldon Campbell again here saying that City and Pool drop points. What a weekend for him. And where is he? I see Aaron O'Connor also saying that boy will miss out on Conte because he's a United fan. And I also see Adrian Nicholson, I see Anthony Henry, Michelle Leman, big up yourself as always, one of the person that is here every single night. Even if it's an NFL show, Michelle is one of those persons that is here. I also see Christoph in the comment section. Big up to everybody in the comment section. Sherwin, no, your team got a good 2-0 victory over Leicester. And people thought that Leicester would have done better because of the matchup with Arsenal over the years. But boy, they dominated possession, but no cutting edge whatsoever. What you have to say about your team and what you thought of their performance?
I thought it was a good performance overall. Um, we did a game. One of the things that um Arsenal teams of the recent past haven't been doing, and that is managing the game from minute 1 to minute 90. I think we did that well. We started on the front foot. We were really dominant in the first 30, 35 minutes of the game. And we really took the game to Leicester City in that period. And crucially for us in that period, we scored two beautifully set up goals, one from a corner with Gabriel and the other SR in onto a loose ball in the box and then just burying it. Um, I think the team we played really well. I think we're really finding a chemistry. And as Edu said, prior after we lost 5-0 to Man City at the start of the season, he said up to this point we didn't see up to that point the true quality of Arsenal team because the likes of Gabriel were out, the likes of Saka wasn't on farm, a lot of the players party wasn't there, a lot of the players wasn't there, and now that Arteta have the players that he wants in the starting 11. Then we're seeing the team coming together nicely. It's not a top four finish Arsenal team that we're looking at. We're probably looking at a top six team, top six finish team Arsenal now that we're looking at, right? But one of the things that I have to get out there is how persons went at Arteta and Arsenal for the purchase of Ramsdale. Zane, and that guy has come into the Arsenal team, took over the number one spot, and now he's probably pronouncing himself as one of the best goalkeepers turning out in this period of the Premier League. To be honest, him and Mendy, they're really turning out to be top class goalkeepers right now in the Premier League in this period here that we're talking about, right? So it was a good weekend. Um, I think Johnny Evans should have gotten a red card, and then that was even satisfied more or enlightened more with the fact that Diaz got a red card for the same situation in the Man City game. But we're coming together nicely. Leicester took it to us, of course, but there was nothing there from them. We stood up. We stood up. That save from Ramsdale, that free kick, that Ramsdale save, that was just pure class. That was just pure class from the guy. But yeah, we're coming together nicely. Arteta, I think Arteta is going to get his pass beyond December. So we're coming together nicely, and it's
All right,
pleasing to the eyes.
stick up in.
Mm.
Sure, stick up in. Here's Anthony Butler saying that if my memory serves me wrong, and not even say right, wrong, wasn't it said by Bones that Arteta would have been sacked by September? And here's Adrian Nicholson saying the same thing that Bones we want Arteta out from September. Once all bones do is flip flop.
No, is that is listen the situation. The situation is we we seem to be a club that is going to stick with Arteta. That is what I'm seeing. Um, if it was a Tottenham, then probably Arteta would have gotten sacked after the first 3 games, just like Nuno just have gotten no. But it seemed like we're going to stick with Arteta. So my thing is, yes, I wanted him out based on how the team was playing and based on what was happening around us and the results that we were getting. I wanted him out. But as I said, compared to the other night and the live regarding Tapper Whitmore, if he's going to stay, why not just support him? If he's going to be there, I don't want to see Arsenal come every weekend and lose. No, despite what me think about the coach, I want them come every weekend and win. So while he's there, I will support him and wish him the best. But do I think he's the man to carry us forward? No, still no.
Okay, sir. Ryan, welcome to the podcast as always, boss. Yes, Jason saying that playing devil's advocate, Madison free kick curled towards Ramsdale, easier for him to save. What say you?
I don't know of that. I don't know of it curling back towards him or anything like that. Because it wasn't an easy save by any stretch of the imagination. So I don't know. I'd have to look back at it again to see if it curled towards him, but I did not see that on the replay, and I did not see that during the game. So I don't know. But I'd have to look specifically for that. But it was a brilliant save. I mean, all the goalkeepers saying that it was one of the best saves, so I have to go by them because it was a brilliant save to me. But the other keepers, this Seaman and the Schmeichels and so forth, came out and like, the save is world class or whatever. So they were world class keepers, so they should know what I was doing.
Okay. And here's Anthony Henry saying that Ole will make a flip flop left on. Anthony Henry, I can tell you this much. Whether Ole win, lose, or draw, I want Ole through the door. I don't care what he want to do. Just like Sunday when United won that game. Not Sunday, I mean Saturday when United won the game. I wasn't one of those United fans who were over the top. Oh, yeah, we win. I wanted them to lose because I want him out. No, well, I'm not going to touch on that because we have it to touch on further down the show. But step in the right direction for Arsenal, getting a good victory. But Kims, Leicester just seems so up and down. This week they look good, next week they look bad, and leads it to think that why is it that they can't give you consistency? Consistency is what you need in the top flight to actually make it to the top 6. Because remember that Leicester has proven to be a top 6 club over the past 2 seasons, So if you are a top 6 club, these are games that you are expected to get something from. So what I think has gone so amiss for them?
I really wouldn't say these are games that you expect to get something from, because if we really put things in its proper context and we look at the Arsenal team versus the Leicester team, and we pick out individual performances as well as the team as a cohesive unit, there can be arguments made for Arsenal to say that they have been playing better than Leicester City. I believe the thumping of Manchester United and also the win over Brentford that Leicester have, kind of give them the edge, or kind of give the edge in people's mind that okay, Leicester is at home and they can beat Arsenal. But from that little time when Arsenal were in the relegation zone, and as Bones alluded to, they got back their players, fit and healthy. Arteta get to implement his system. We have seen a totally different Arsenal team. We have seen an Arsenal team that have played hungry, played with passion, and play like they want to play for our manager. So this game, I just think Arsenal punched them in the mouth first, and I don't think Leicester reacted to it particularly well. And they got their chances, of course, but the Arsenal keeper Ramsdale, was exceptionally the goal. So I just believe it was one of those games, and every football team has those. Sometimes it's just not going your way, and it was just not going Leicester's way. Every bounce was going to Arsenal, 50-50 ball. Majority of the calls were going Arsenal way, I think. Apart from that, Look at Johnny Evans thing where they say should there be a red card. You can have a it how you want to have a it. You can't argue that all day. Yellow, red, all the same. I definitely think that, it's a game that Arsenal won instead of Leicester lost the game. But I want to say something about Arsenal.
All right, so sure.
Hold on, let me say something about Arsenal.
Go ahead, Tim.
Because I saw, not only Bones, Bones, Manning's man, and a whole lot of people were calling for Arteta out. And you see, in life we make mistakes. In life, everybody makes mistakes. But it's when you own up to those mistakes and then you try to correct those mistakes. And what I saw Arteta did was when he picked Leno as number one, and Lego Martinez, a lot of people did a beat him and I said, yeah. But then what he did, he didn't double down on the mistake and say, well, Leno is my guy. Even when Leno let in every kind of secret, Leno is my guy, all of them something. No, he went ahead and he went out and he got Ramsdale, and it's definitely paying dividends for Arsenal. So I think a lot of coaches around the league can, really just take something from that and just say, we make mistake, just own up to the mistake and then just let it go and just move on from it.
But can I chime in? Yeah, I don't know if I said it here, but I know I made it in a post where I said that. Why would you? Okay, Arsenal lost their first 3 games and everyone was out for Arteta's head. So I was saying that why would you allow him to spend 130 million and you don't give him the chance to use his players? Remember that Ben White was out with COVID. Ramsdale just came in after like the first 3 games or so. And I don't know who else. Gabriel was out injured. Tierney as well. Huh?
Party was out as well. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So I was saying,
Party was out.
Give the man a chance to use his first choice 11, and then after you give him a run of games that they make a decision. It would be stupid to allow him to spend 130 million, then because he lose 3 games and throw him away. Regardless of the fact of what he did last season when he was throwing away games. Now you give him the money. You choose to give him the money. You choose to keep him, and you choose to give him the money. So you should also choose to give him a chance.
Yeah, but on that note to Ryan, let's not get ahead of ourselves with this Arteta thing. And Bowen said this. I will always stick to what I say, and I still do not believe Arteta is the man to bring us forward. Remember when after Arteta got his team, when the players came back. Listen, Ryan, when the players came back and Arteta got the team that this is his team now. Nobody can say this is Emery's team or this is Wegnar's team. This is his team now, right? Remember he struggled versus Brighton and he struggled versus Crystal Palace at home the other day.
No.
You understand?
It's just like this,
What if you struggle against Brighton? What is wrong with that?
No. If your hopes, if as a Arsenal as a club, and every top 6 club, if your hopes is to probably finish in top 4 or win the league, teams like Brighton you have to beat. I do not care what anybody has to say.
Quarter of the season gone. Where's Arsenal now?
Oh,
yes. We're sitting 8 points behind the leaders.
What position are you in now?
6.
Give me a number. Exactly. You lose the first 3 games and now you're 6.
Yeah.
7 games later, you're 6.
And I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about points. You ask me where is Arsenal now? Arsenal is 8 points behind the leaders.
Yeah, you're supposed to be behind the leaders. You're not supposed to be leading.
8 points.
That is where
critical. Important.
So let me ask you a question, Bones. Do you think Arsenal, let's say with the manager of your choice, do you think Arsenal is more than 8, like is better than 8 points than within Chelsea? With a better manager. That's why I said if your ambition is to finish in the top 4, teams like Brighton and Crystal Palace at home, you should be taking all 3 points from. And that would have been
ambition is to finish top 4. Arsenal ambition is top 6. And
Arsenal ambition no is to finish top 6. It's always to finish in this league.
No, I'm talking about no
position.
No, Arsenal is a top 6. It's not a top 4 team.
Wait. We know Arsenal ambition based on the last 2 seasons or 3 seasons should be to finish in top 6. But the reality of the club is that they want to top 4.
They tell you that?
What do you mean they tell you that? So a club like Arsenal are going to finish 5th and 6th?
No, they finished
Bones,
2 seasons ago. They missed out on Europe.
Yeah.
And now their aim is to try and rebuild. So to rebuild, you have to try and get 6.
Exactly.
No. That's what we think. That's what we think. That's what we think. Bob wants to get into top 4.
No.
Eventually, but not can't be this season.
Bones.
Well,
Bones, you have to crawl before you walk, and walk before you run, right? So you can't now jump from being this team there where back a bush and you want immediately jump in the top 4. Like we can name out the sides and we all know the teams who are already better than Arsenal. So I think
all right. Okay, so Kem, so that means and Ryan, so that means Leicester City 2016 they ban big then.
Nobody can't talk about that. That season is an anomaly.
What do you mean we can't talk about that?
It's an anomaly. It has never happened before. We might not live to see it happen again. It's just an anomaly. It's one of the things that we can't really describe.
That's all it is.
As far as I am concerned, that season never happened. Because we still don't believe.
You think Leicester can come win league again?
Well, all me know, me stick by what me said. For me, Arsenal ambition should be to finish in top 6, but I know the ambition of the club is to get into top 4. 2 different things.
So let us come to okay.
You guys know that 2 things can actually, you know that 2 persons can actually be saying different things however they are, right?
Yeah.
Because what Bones just said, it does make sense. You guys are beating up on him, but it makes a lot of sense.
Well, how does it make sense?
But we're not going to turn this into an Arsenal show though, because we have talked about Arsenal for over 20 odd minutes now. So let's move on.
Oh yeah, true. Time to move on.
Next up was Watford taking on Southampton. Southampton, a team that for some reason this Kemswell think that they're going down and Watford is going to stay up for some miraculous reason. And boy, this could have easily been 6-0 to Southampton. Adam Armstrong missed opportunities after opportunities upon opportunities. And boy, Kems, things are looking so bossy for you, boss.
No, not really. Because if you remember the last podcast, what did I say? I said sometimes I don't watch a scoreline, I have to believe my eyes. And I said watching Watford play and beating Everton 5, whatever, I said that Watford would never return this week. I picked a draw for the game actually, but I said that Watford would never return, and so said, so done. It's a big 3 points for Southampton, but you look at Southampton, that don't look like a team who want to stay up in the league. That look like a team that want to go down to the championship, get a little break from the EPL a little bit, go down and play their level football, and then they come back up. So they're definitely going down. I'm a Watford is staying up.
You remember what you say about not doubling down when you're wrong?
I'm like, how am I wrong? Look on the standings. What do you mean? Look at the standings.
Good night. Who you say going down?
Southampton going down.
What?
Okay, cool. Just remember, you have to pay Shakes and Levon come the end of the season. So don't worry.
Really?
Just go and drink your water.
Member Shakes have to pay me when Barcelona don't make that top 4 at the end of the season.
Hey,
all right, boss?
Hey, Shakes. But Shakes, you see, every time he said that he have to take a sip of water.
You sure you bet me with Barcelona? I remember betting Devin with Atletico Madrid. Is not Shakes better with Barcelona, boss? Nice try.
We'll find about the team. But hey,
no problem.
Look at this, right? Look at this. Southampton right now is in 14th place on 11 points.
Yes.
Yeah, they're going down for sure. They're going down.
No, but how do you say that? Out of their last 5 games, they have won 2, lost 2, and they draw 1. How can you use that average and say they are going down?
I'm not using that average and going down, but I'm looking at the company that they're in, right? So you look at the company and you say, well, out of these group of teams, who do I have more faith in to stay up, and who do I have less faith in to go down? And Southampton is just one of the 3 teams.
All right, let me name 3 teams: Norwich, Burnley, Newcastle. And if you want to swap Burnley, let's say Leeds. 3 out of those 4 teams have a better chance of going down to the championship than Southampton.
All right, boss. We'll see at the end of the season. We'll not have to argue about it now. We'll see at the end of the season.
All right, Kim. So yes, Adrian Nichols is saying that if them go down, Spurs are win EPL.
And that is the definite description of false equivalence. That don't make no sense to me.
Okay.
Kims, they use too much heart and
just for some clarification, Kims, you, Shakes, and I had bet about 2 teams. That is Southampton and Brentford. You said those 2 teams are going down, and we said no. So
nope.
Just for you to have it etching somewhere in the back of your brain, it's those 2 teams.
The producer wrote it down, you know.
You can't tell me nothing. You have to show me that video there. You have to play that video there step by step.
We'll pull it back up.
Well, I want to take my little dineros.
But Shakes, guess what, Shakes? Here's Anthony Henry saying it.
Well said, Anthony. Well said.
Anthony Henry said that Kim's all chinally done.
Well said.
But guys, remember that as you enter the chat, please like the video and share the video. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. I believe we are currently at 499 subscribers, so just make it to the 500 by the end of at the end of this night. And the next 19 days will be my birthday, so by then I want to have 600 subscribers, so make it happen. Bones, I'm counting on you for 50 of those. All right, next up we saw Liverpool taking on Brighton, and I mean a lot of Liverpool fans expected them to get this victory, but if you ask me, of a game of 2 halves as well, this was one of them. And those 2 goals scored by Brighton, 2 very good goals. And we come here every week and we talk about a team with identity. Graham Potter is coaching a team that has identity. And you see, especially that second goal, oh boy, that was all about team play. You notice that Sanchez passed it to Cucurella one time it into the middle to, I believe it was Lallana, if memory serves me correct. And then Lallana laid it up.
Or was the second goal Lallana? Lallana got
No, that's the second goal.
The first one was was a curling effort from me. But the second goal, as I said, he laid it off to Trossard, and then Trossard dropped his shoulders, killed 2 defenders, and boom, goal. And then I saw another play again where I believe it was Salimarch that made a nice little touch off to, I believe it was Lallana again. And boy, they play some very good football, and it's so refreshing to see a man like Lamptey back in the fold, because when Lamptey and Cucurella go down those wings, it will be trouble for a lot of these teams. So again, they are a team that played well, and that first goal by Mepo was a very good goal, man. The man never had much to think about. It was first time good goal. Brighton could have won it, and I mean, it was just a marginal call, because even that last one by Trossard, I mean, they could have just allowed that to just go through, man, so Liverpool could take the L. But I mean, ended 2-2. Entertaining game. Shakes, what do you think about this one?
Boy, I'm always singing the praises of Graham Potter, right? Graham Potter, Scott Parker doing excellent right now in the championship with Bournemouth. Many people don't even know that he's actually the coach down there. But yes, Graham Potter, he has built on what he constructed last season, right? Remember when Chris Hughton was there and they went away? Graham Potter has come in and he has established the team, right? Yes, they have been fighting in terms of relegation in and around that area. As Kems would say, them love keep that type of company. But guess what? They play good football, right? They just have some inferior players. However, he has built on that. I want to point out one player from that game. His name is Yves Bissouma. I tired to call that man's name. Listen, I don't care who was playing in the Liverpool team. The best player on the park was Yves Bissouma. Anybody that disagree, lying to themselves. Right? That man literally just walked through all of Liverpool midfield. Right? And even recovering. The man is Conte-esque right now. No joke. That is how well he's playing. But you see, because he's not from no top nation, he's not really getting the praise that he deserves. But he drives the team forward in every single way, right? I mean, outside of that, they're a well-coached team. We're always saying that they're a well-coached team. But you see, when a team like Brighton can go to Liverpool and match Liverpool, you must know that you are doing very well in training. The goal, if you want to talk about Liverpool, yes, two good goals by Liverpool, but guess what? Brighton's goals were even better, right? Because we expect that from Liverpool, especially based on the form that they are in. But for Brighton to come to Liverpool and perform like the way they did, listen, for every 10 balls, Brighton had the ball 4 out of 10. That's 41% to be exact. So you must be a well-coached team to go and have that sort of possession and actually make something of it. 2 excellent goals, especially the first one by what's his name again? Mwepu. Yeah, that was a peach. I mean, the sun might have been in Alisson's eye, but without sun, that still would have gone in. It was a brilliant goal. And the second goal,
Beautiful.
brilliant team goal. The only thing I don't really like with Brighton is them trying to play from the back, especially with Liverpool, that is a high pressing team, right? Because the game could have been over had it not been for that handball by Sadio Mane.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Yeah.
The margin,
the game would have been
margin.
over. But I was glad that it wasn't, because many teams would actually give up based on the form that Liverpool they're in. Many teams would have just laid down their tools and said, guess what? We're 2-0 down after 24 minutes. Hey, guess what? We come back next week. But guess what? Brighton, they stuck to their task. And at the end of the day, they could have won it. Probably some people might say they should have won it. But excellent game by Brighton.
So,
Yeah. Anything else from you guys?
Shakes, I already say everything. We can't say nothing else.
Brighton is one of my special teams,
Shake spoke to what I was going to speak to in where Mane handled the ball, and it goes to show how the margins in football, the small margins change a football game. Because if it was 3-0, I am sure Brighton would have lost. But when it is 2, and you get 2-0, you get a goal, and you feel that you can get another one, is a different ball game. 2-0 is a different ball game than 3-0. So those small margins shows you how important they are in football.
And especially just before halftime. That's key.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so
no, what
go
I
ahead,
was saying quickly, and I know Shakes and Level and I think Demos would have sing a lot of praises for that coach Potter, right? And it goes to the mentality of the coach, because if you look, Manchester United down 2-0, Brighton down 2-0. Look at the coach's approach for Manchester United at home now. Manchester United were at home versus the coach's approach 2-0 being away at Anfield, where it's very hard to play a Liverpool team.
yeah, that's true. But here's Owen Diller saying that Liverpool are playing like 2017-2018 season when they score a lot of goals but conceded a lot. Need to tighten up on our defense. Good luck with that.
What I can say to that comment, all right. You see, when you look at a team, any team at all, any sports team, when you look at sports teams, they can know what them spend money on and what they don't spend money on. That's how me see it. When we look at Liverpool, I can know they spend money on their attack automatically. If we don't know nothing about football and we just watch, I can say, Liverpool spend some serious money on them attack.
I disagree with you.
I disagree.
No, but
They
spend more money. They spend more money on their defense
than the attack.
Do they?
Yes.
yeah, because they brought in
Van Dijk cost so much, and the attack Mane must cost 20, Salah cost 30. It's not as much as the
Listen, it's simple.
Van Dijk
is one of the 2 players up top.
Van Dijk's fee alone was Liverpool front 3.
Yes. If you want to add on a 5 million on it, extra, but yeah, it's
All
just
right,
Van
all right,
Dijk
all right.
alone.
Kems,
But
Kems, let's not Kems.
no, all
Shakes,
right.
let's just say that
So,
Kems. So you see Liverpool main centre back in Van Dijk and their goalkeeper cost more than the midfield and the forward line.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
we
Yep.
can't do, all right, sure. We not even remember
But
say
but
man.
but but
That's
Kems, Ken's, me no on a broader perspective, me no really feel that happen that are going in the Premier League. Now, what me think really happen is that these teams like Brighton and all of those teams, me think what happen is that them are improve, them have better coaches, and the players have little bit more quality to beat top teams. You understand, or even get a point out of them. So me really think say are really that are going at the Premier League. Me think right now, gone are the days when you could have picked probably 15 match in the first round and say yes, them are winnable games for a Manchester United, a City, or whatever the case is, or a Chelsea. See, them the days they done. A
Mhm.
man might you might look on the fixtures and you wonder, boy, how the game you go. You understand? So the quality of the Brighton them, me think the quality of them team they improve. And when you have coaches like Graham Potter in the league and coaches like that, then the quality I got different from them team. Then team that will come and pressure. Then team that will come week in, week out, come pressure you. Cause then team they now play nothing else more than Carabao Cup and FA Cup and the league. And them come and then put big teams under pressure where players legs tired and all of them things there.
All right.
Understand? So yeah.
Levon, put up the Anthony Henry comment me. Are the best man, I see Anthony about 6 months now. Are the best comment this never see this man put ever. The best comment this ever. Like this is it. And even with David Moyes and them coach where people say, how comes he never do nothing at Manchester United, but no man do something at West Ham? And I think everything goes back to this. Like
Exactly.
at Brighton, if this man lose 6 games in a row, he
No
not
pressure.
call for him job.
Yeah, no pressure.
No
He
pressure
doesn't.
at all. So you can just go to go play any party.
He doesn't.
Can
Huh?
I counter what you're saying, Kems?
Sure, go right ahead.
Thomas Tuchel came into Chelsea. He came in to win, expecting to win, expected to win. He did just that. You know why? Because he is a coach of quality.
So
Any top club that you go, automatically, you're not going in for D's and L's. You're going in for W's, right? At all the top clubs. So don't tell me that, there is, hold on, before you even sign on the dotted line that you're going to the club, you know that this is a winning club.
yeah,
So
but
why is it you are going to go in with an inferiority complex saying, guess what? I need some time to do this. I need some time to do that. Listen, you're going
But
and
Shakes,
you
take a
try to
pin though,
win.
Shakes.
Shake
All
for
right,
top of
Shakes.
Brighton.
A lot of us rate
No.
Jurgen Klopp
It's not
highly.
Brighton. No. It's not Brighton I'm talking about. Kems highlighted that because he was going to touch on the Manchester United situation.
I
So
wasn't.
you just mentioned David Moyes
No,
at
I was
Manchester United.
no. That's not no. I don't
So
know.
so you're trying to make an excuse for Ole.
No, only come. No, no. I am saying that. I'm saying that a lot of persons say that how comes, and I gave David Moyes as an example. They say, oh, David Moyes never do great at United, but now he's doing great at West Ham. And I'm saying that coaching West Ham and coaching Manchester United is two totally
That's
different
fun.
levels because the
That's true.
expectation is different at Manchester United that it is at West Ham. That's all I was saying. Nothing about Ole.
Yeah, but you have different, but you see the rank that you give coaches in the EPL, you wouldn't have David Moyes in the A tier. I doubt you would even have him in the B tier.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you
All
have
right.
Potter in the B tier?
What you seconds?
No, I'm asking you what you ask me, but I ask
No,
you.
Oh no,
I'm not asking anybody specifically.
I rate Graham Potter highly, you know, right? And
Oh,
you see many times a lot of these managers, yes, we might say, oh, they're at a
All right,
small
so hold
club,
on. So
but
hold on. The
hold on there, Ryan. Sometimes some of these coaches, if they are given the right tools and the right amount of money, it's just that some of these big clubs, they want to go for names, particular names. But if you realize the coaching system, even in Germany, it is much easier for somebody like a Graham Potter if he was in Germany, you know, he would just rise through the ranks, you know, and probably reach the Bayern Munich, you know. But you see, in England, you're not going to have a Graham Potter that starts at Brighton and he ends up at Arsenal or Manchester United or Liverpool or Chelsea, because it is not the mentality in England
we're
that has
talking about
always been the
with club
case.
when he left Mines for Dortmund and so forth.
Exactly. So you see, it's a different system. But if these coaches were in another country, probably you would see how pretty well they can
this,
actually coach.
this guy
Because
said
Henry,
remember,
Graham.
you know,
Henry,
if
there's
you
some truth
can
to that.
coach, if you can coach with inferior quote unquote players, why is it you cannot coach better players? I'm not saying you need your entire team to be world class, you know. But if you have better players, why can't you implement some of those same strategies and tactics that you have for that
All
lesser
right.
team
There's some
with a
truth to
better
that to
team?
an extent. And I'm going to say to an extent because Moyes and when him again Hudson and those players, when they got big jobs, they flopped. So to an extent.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why I said if they are given a chance, but in England they don't really do that.
But Miles never get enough time either.
Go
Who?
again?
No,
Moyes got
Moyes.
a full year.
No, he didn't
he
get a
never
He
get
fair
never
enough.
got a
chance.
full year. Don't say that, Ryan. Don't lie.
He,
He
he
never got
never
a
he,
full year.
he never got a fair chance, and not only that, the team that he
He never got the
inherited
players he
was
wanted
a
either.
team that was total rubbish. Sir Alex literally willed his way to that title after Man City beat him on goal difference the year before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep,
And then look.
Remember that this same Moyes wanted Tony Cruz, Thiago, Gardale, and
exactly.
those players, and he never
And
got
Yeah,
any of them.
yeah.
any
Tanga,
other,
And then
Tanga
he
and then
defense.
identified the targets, and
You
they
know what
yeah,
he
just
got?
and then
didn't.
You know what
look how
he got Fellaini.
yeah,
Can I tell
look
you?
how look how unfortunate the thing is now when we are talking about these coaches now. Would I say probably the B minus coaches or the B coaches, right? So David Moyes didn't get who he wanted at Manchester United. Zane, Louis Van Gaal came in, still could I say he never really get who he wanted at Manchester United, right?
You got some of the players.
Some, some.
Stick up in there. Stick up in right there, Sherwin. That man
Mm,
got money to buy whoever he wanted. That man spent
Yep,
on some rubbish.
yeah,
yep.
okay. All right, in get that, right? But remember, my point is David Moyes may I try to make, right? Would have probably at the time did class Louis Van Gaal as a little bit higher coach than David Moyes at the time,
Yeah,
right?
based
Because
on
A
achievement.
little bit.
Yeah.
yeah,
Based on
'cause
achievement.
He,
remember,
It's not a little bit. It's not a little bit.
he is a better
Way,
coach.
Big,
way
big, big,
more.
big, big, bigger
yeah,
coach.
yeah. So you
Based
see
on
Won
what
the
achievement.
happened?
Champions League already.
So you see what happened? You see what happened there? So now David Moyes didn't get who he want, but you bring in a bigger coach, him start get where he want. Check this now. Then you fire Louis Van Gaal, you bring in Mourinho. You give Mourinho what? $80 million for go buy Lukaku. So you up the thing based on the quality of the manager where you have.
Sherwin, and $53 million to buy Fred. Don't leave that out.
Well,
Don't
well,
Exactly. You get what I say?
well. Okay, Sherwin,
And 90 plus million to spend on Pogba, so don't leave that out
Yeah,
either.
yeah,
Sherwin, hold on.
exactly. Me not even remember Pogba.
Yeah, but you can't fault Manchester United for that because based on if we look on resume, right? If you look on resume, if you're a businessman and
Exactly.
you hire some people and you look on resume, the more qualified person I will get,
Is
the
it? Yeah.
more qualified stuff. So
Yeah,
All right. but
Don't disagree with that, Kims. But you see that mentality is wrong because sometimes we don't know who is in the crowd that could actually be a better supervisor or manager than the person that is there
Then
managing.
it can't be wrong then, Shakes. You only can go with what you think you know.
Exactly.
All right,
The whole lot,
Shakes,
but,
take a
but
pin,
that
Shakes.
but that is wrong.
Can't be
Shakes,
wrong. And if you don't know, you
let's
don't
bring up
know.
back. Let's bring up back the point that you made initially, Shakes, when you said that what Kems didn't actually heard what you said, was that David Moyes took over a team that only a man like Fergie could have gotten the best out of. So if the man is taking over a garbage team, that's when you're supposed to give the man money for invest in
You
a
have
team.
to reinvest.
No,
yeah.
and Levon, I'm totally in agreement. But
So
I'm looking.
Shakes, watch another Shakes, not Shakes, I mean Kems. You're talking about the level of the coach. What level is Ole at? And they give Ole more lot of money to spend. So what level is he?
All right.
Cardiff.
Jamaican Premier League.
You have to look on all the things, Ole, club legend. You have to look on them little thing there.
But that doesn't make you a coach.
I'm telling you how Manchester United are look on it. I know I don't mean you have the money. And them. So I'm telling you how they're looking at it. Club legend. When he came in after Mourinho, the club had an automatic spark. I don't know if you remember them time because it's so long ago. The club had an automatic
Gigs
spark.
like that too.
And then, Ole fool a lot of people thinking that he can actually coach during that like a spark time. So obviously, they must say, okay, well, if we entrust this man with a lot of money, then probably we can get the results and so. That's
for me, Ole is a feel-good coach. Give you a feel-good moment.
Thank you.
When you're back,
If we're going to be honest here and rank all of the coaching right now, Ole maybe don't even come 15th.
He wouldn't. He
can't.
We're going to be honest.
He wouldn't.
No, listen to me. What Ole is doing at Manchester United, Graham Potter could have probably do better than Wema do at Manchester United.
Because
right now.
Arteta right now, me actually see what Arteta doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've been watching Ole for 3 years.
And you still don't know what he's doing.
No. We don't want to have an Ole conversation. But right now, we're going to be very unfair to Ole.
No, we are not.
Like if we take our personal biases and so, we are being very unfair to Ole.
No, we are not.
Shakes, can I say something? Because I don't know why Kems is Ole's manager or Ole's lawyer at this point in time. Ole Gunnar
Kems get a little money on the side, man.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in his full seasons at Manchester United, based on the players he has been the favourites. His full seasons at Manchester
the favourites, so what?
And he has failed to do anything with the players that he has. Hold on, Kems, hold on.
No, I'm asking you a question. Been the favourites for what?
What?
Been the favourites for what?
Do you know what the SPI is? Do you know what the SPI is?
Just answer me now. What is he the favourite for? To win the league?
Yes.
Yo.
I am telling you, I am not talking about during the season.
Chris, you're getting ridiculous now, though.
Levon, I did not say during the season. I said before the season has started, they were one of the favorites.
Not even before the season. No.
Look at the SPI. When this done, look at the SPI.
No, but listen.
Guys,
the way Manchester.
I will say this: when Cristiano Ronaldo signed for Manchester United, we were right up there with Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City on paper.
What has he done?
Nobody can deny that, especially because we got Varane.
Well,
the only deficiency.
If Man U had
the only deficiency that was identified in the Manchester United team was the fact that we did not get a central defensive midfielder.
Exactly.
That was the only reason why people did not say, "All right, Manchester United going to win the title for sure."
All right, but
if we're going to be completely honest here, if Man U had a better coach, it would be a 4 race.
Of
We'll be
course.
talking about the for us first.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Because
guys.
Manchester United has the squad
Okay.
to
But
compete.
tell me, describe a better coach, because we can have a coach that is just a little bit better. Describe a better coach. Are you talking about clap them level, or are you just talking about a better coach?
Clap
Listen,
level. Go clap
listen.
level.
Yeah.
If we Kems, if we had a half decent coach, we would get better results. It's as simple as that.
Shakes, can you ask Kems what system we have, what identity we have as
No,
a
I'm not going to do that. Levon said, I don't know if it's Levon. Ryan said that think they want to finish 15. All right, let me tell you all the managers that are better in the EPL than Ole. Mikel
No, I bet you
Arteta.
tell with hold on, I bet you tell with the ones that are not.
All right, the ones that are
Yeah.
not.
No.
The ones that
Tell
are
me who
not.
better. No, tell me who better.
No
All
man.
right,
We
yeah,
will do that
let me
stuff.
tell you who better. Mikel Arteta, right?
Debatable.
Graham Potter, Thomas Tuchel, Patrick Vieira, Rafael
Debatable.
Benitez,
Yo.
Rafael
No,
Benitez,
hey, listen.
Levon,
Brendan
Kems,
move on with the
Rodgers,
show, brother. I don't want to hear Patrick
Gerd,
Kems,
brother.
Kems, Kems, Kems. Where you at, Kems? This are the thing. All right, on a serious note, no, Kems. This are the thing we're wrong. This are the thing we're wrong we're wrong with us fans. We spend more money, use with data, pay Wi-Fi bill, pay internet, pay monthly bill for team. We second for mediocrity too much.
thank
We
you.
second for foolishness too much.
and I
Kems,
have been
Kems,
saying it.
almost 3 years now. Only in charge. I don't know win a mug nor a spoon.
No, and
Not
I'm telling
even the
Not
queen.
even a
Hey,
teacup.
not even the team. Not even the queen teacup on the win.
All right, so gentlemen, listen up. I don't want all of you talking at once because it sounds nagging to the commenters. So keep it civil.
Hold
All
on.
right,
All right.
Kems,
Let us.
Kems.
All right. I'm not going to. Hold on. I'm not going to outright agree that Vieira is better, but let me put something out there. We all started the season by saying Palace going to get relegated because
Thank you.
Vieira do this and that wherever I'm the day before. Vieira took 3 months and we've seen a style of play. Ole is there for 3 years and we don't see a style of play.
All we get is feel good moments and some smiles.
I have
Exactly.
been saying it. I have been saying
All
it
right.
constantly. We have been getting big scores. We have been having feel good moments, and people are saying, yes, United this and United that. What has Ole shown for it to say that, okay, the feel good moments matter? Because every team has feel good moments.
Never
Every
finished
team.
it. Never
Now,
finished it. Never
when
finished it.
Norwich got relegated, Ryan, remember? And
Hold
Norwich
on. I was going to go to
year,
that.
you forget?
I'm going to go to that. Let me just finish this though. If it is that it was the reverse, where Ole had like a Crystal Palace, maybe Crystal Palace would be going through a Cardiff situation now.
You mean
You
Norwich?
get me?
Right now,
All
right.
Norwich.
Can
They,
I-
they, they,
can I
No,
they
get
would
Cardiff
even be
talk,
worse than
please?
No, I
Norwich.
said Cardiff. Remember when Ole
Yeah,
had
man, I
Cardiff,
know.
Ole couldn't
But
win a game?
they would literally be worse than Norwich right now.
All right.
And if you can find somebody worse than Norwich right now, you shouldn't be in a coaching job.
All right, give me a chance to talk, right? Give me a chance to talk. What I'm saying is, and on always come with this stupid trophy evaluation for determining if a coach is good or not. And I keep on telling you guys that, and always say it, and I agree with him 100%. When a coach with trophies, majority of the time, the trophies are for ego boosting. Would you prefer Ole win Europa League, but Manchester United are come 5th, 6th, 7th and them places, or would you want to see? I mean, because as small as improvement be from Mourinho, from when Mourinho last season to right now, I believe Manchester United is playing better. Can we do better?
Kems, you laugh off a
Madness you attack,
Pochettino.
Kems.
Kems, you laugh
Madness
off
you
a
attack.
Pochettino and say
Well,
Pochettino no win the
tell me,
title.
say Mourinho come second and he win Europa League and FA Cup. And that you never tell me. But I'm talking about the playing from Mr. Mourinho to Ole.
So Kems, the question we have to ask you, Kems, the question we ask you, what is the purpose of a football club? What the purpose of our football club, especially a Manchester United? Not to win trophy,
No,
whether a League Cup,
no.
whether FA,
All
a
right,
Premier
2
League,
minutes remaining on this topic
whe-
because we've been
yeah,
on it for a long while. So
No,
2 minutes.
whether
hold
a
on.
Premier
I'm just
League,
hold on there, Bones. I'm just here to point out that Kems was one of them who used to laugh at for Pochettino, same that win a trophy.
exactly,
Okay, all
exactly.
right. And Kems is also, let me just say one thing quick, Levon, before you go. Kems is also the individual who said that with more information, my opinion is always subject to change. And right now, the opinion changed. That's just what it is.
And the answer to your question, Bones,
Yeah,
a club like Manchester United is there to provide entertainment week in, week out. Whether
that's
that
it.
is happiness or whether that is sorrow.
I just think it is so funny what we have really come to for Manchester United. Remember,
Well,
True, man.
that's what
Manchester
transition that's
United
what
is a
transitioning
center
is.
is a Manchester United was a team that we know was up there, winning trophies, winning the league,
That is with
and
Sir
all of that.
Alex.
And the problem that I have with Ole, and I have constantly said it time and time again, and I will say it here because me ear when I say it on the stream. Until Ole has an identity with this team, it is not going to fester into winning trophies. You talk about trophies building ego. Trophies, trophies basically is your resume as a coach. So
Okay.
people are gonna just hold on. People are gonna just hire you just so because you just bring feel good moments. That's the only thing you bring.
No. All
Nothing
right,
else.
Chris. Chris, come on now.
How
This is
does
my last
trophy
comment on
build
this, Chris, because
ego?
come on now. Like you're smarter than this. When
So why,
okay.
all right, why you think
Hold
that?
on,
Why you think they
hold on,
called
no, hold
Mourinho
on,
the
boss.
special one?
Hold on, no.
Because he was
Hold on,
just
no. When
building
Ole.
special moments. The man win trophies and
All
prove
right.
that he can do it.
All right, when Ole took over Manchester United, the condition of the club was nowhere good. And I'm not saying it's great now, but it is better. So I am looking at it and say, okay, remember Manchester United leave from Alex Ferguson, David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Mourinho, no Ole. So the team was all over the place. Now we're seeing that the team is coming, having some form of stability. Yes, we're not winning trophies, but we're heading in the right direction. We don't want quick results. I am okay with
All right, so
building
listen.
blocks.
Here's Kems.
So listen, Kems, you just made that point, right? And what I'm going to say is that, and a lot of these guys on the panel, all of them is against you right now. But what I'll say is that I dislike Ole, but the only thing that he has said that makes sense is that yes, winning put a band-aid over bad things, right? So for instance, you think if Ole was winning, you think we would have been here talking about in style of playing down the system? No.
Never, never.
I don't care about it. As I said in Kims, you see, when I win, people not pay that no mind.
People not paying no
Yeah,
mind. Yep.
yeah,
But it's when you're not winning, people identify the little things.
yeah.
All right, as I pointed out multiple times on this platform, look at Brazilian FA. They are one of the most corrupted in the world. But guess what?
Mm-hmm,
Brazil qualified for every World Cup. So nobody not really pay that no mind.
mm-hmm,
His team like
mm-hmm.
Jamaica, a small team, the people look and say, the people in charge, they corrupt this, they corrupt that. So winning covers a lot of
Exactly.
chores.
Like
So
as football official, blah, whatever the word is. Like we can't
Aficionado.
as that, right? As that, like we can't just look black and white. Like we have to look deeper and make the people in the comment section, make them talk whatever they want to talk. But we have to look deeper than it. We can't come and tell the people them say, Ole in the top, Patrick Vieira better than Ole. Like where do the people them at this service, brother? I come say them thing there. Them thing they are
So Kems,
foolishness, brother.
Kems, you
I
know
think
what
that's
you
what I
just
chime in.
I
explained?
think what the
You
people
know
are
what
saying,
you
right?
just explained just now, Kems? It's called, because you said we moved from David Moyes, as in from Sir Alex to David Moyes to Louis VG to Jose Mourinho to Ole. You know what you just described?
What's that?
Feel good moments. We moved from sadness under David Moyes to sideway passing under Louis VG to despair and distraught under Jose Mourinho, even though we won 2 titles. To guess what? Just freestyling and playing karaoke every single
No.
day.
Anyway, we're not even
That's
start
not
out with Manu yet, and we start out with Manu.
But
Pepe
anyway,
Paul.
let's move
Pepe
on.
Paul. That's not what Pepe Paul, that's not what I'm saying.
Big up the feel good moments.
I'm just saying individuals in the comment section, they can be more emotional than us up here, so. Like Shakes, I come to about
Producer, go ahead. The producer has a point to make. So producer, go ahead.
So, I think Kems, I think the people are basically saying that if you're not winning trophies, then at least have a system or a style of play that is entertaining. Right? So that's what people are basically pointing to like Brighton.
Only have a style of play now, we probably just not like it.
Wait.
What is the style of play?
What
We
I will
have
agree-
been
what I will agree
waiting on
with
that
Kems,
answer
right?
for a
Hold
while.
on, guys. Hold on.
What I will agree on Kim is that the club, he has stabilized the club for real, right?
Facts.
And you can see that the type of players that he bought, they're mostly good players, right? That's
Exactly.
potential. So that it has been the best in terms of since Sir Alex Ferguson regarding to stability. We have been the best in terms of stabilizing where we are now. But for the 3 years, just like Ryan has said, I'm still not able to identify a style of play under Ole for the last 3 years, and that's my problem.
And
The man buy good players, yes, but him don't know if he use them. So where's send?
It's
the
called a
final
sporting
say on this-
director.
The final say on this topic is that I don't care what this fella does at this club, Ole out.
Anyway, it's kind of funny though. It's kind of funny that you guys want the El
Nothing more on this topic. Let's
You
move
guys
on.
want El Sakiko, and Tottenham got the better end of the deal.
All right, so since you guys touch on that United thing, and I don't know why you guys touch on that topic for so long, but since we're there, no, they won the game, and there's no realization that Tottenham has sacked Nuno Espirito Santo, and from the get-go we said that he wasn't the fit for Tottenham. Kems was one of them arguing that this man, whatever, and whatever not. However, that's proven to us that we were right. Shakes and I were on the side of that argument tonight, I remember. But they have sacked him, deservedly so, and they're now on the cusp of signing one Antonio Conte. And I'll just have my say, and then we'll talk about this for roughly 10 minutes, because I know you guys, when you start talking, it won't stop. But what I'll say is that if Conte takes over the Tottenham team, I can see these players shining. Regulan, Emerson Royal. I can also see Kane and Son being monsters for this team. And guess who else? Christian Romero. Romero will be a monster in that back three for him. And Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, he'll be also a monster because he likes those sort of players. He like,
and don't count out Ndombele.
Ndombele will be like Barella. Is Barella
at Inter. So yeah, I'm going to give you guys a minute and 30 seconds each, and I'm starting like right now. Ryan, start with
what? Oh, Ryan.
Hold on, what am I to start and speak about? Conte?
Both.
Situation?
Nuno, Conte.
Oh, yeah, Nuno was never fit for Tottenham, and I kind of found it weird that he played 3-5-2 at Wolves, and he never tried it at Tottenham. Pretty weird, especially when he had Doherty was his player. And he never really tried to use him in that system or try that system any at all. He was not a fit. He was like a nine choice, so he was just a guy that they picked because they needed a coach. Conte now does not fit what Tottenham is about in terms of their style of play. Tottenham is normally a team that play pretty football and come fourth or fifth at best. Conte is not that. The players at Tottenham, even though we can pinpoint that some of them will shine under Conte, a lot of these players are not winners. Barring maybe Harry Kane, Son, and those type of people who have winners mentality. A lot of Spurs players, they are not winners. They are not winners. What they win?
Who have winners mentality?
Who have winners mentality?
What?
No, I'm talking
about like world-class players. When I say that.
Oh,
that's two different
Why
things.
are you guys interrupting the man in 30 seconds?
Let me say that then. World-class players like Son and Kane, those players are players who I can see having the winner's mentality. The other players, they are okay, good players, whatever, but I don't see them, I see them as players that Conte will seek to improve on. He will build a team around certain players and seek to improve on, like the Dyers and the who else? Winks and those type of players. Those are just ordinary players that more than half a Tottenham team, I think Conte will try to improve on, and then Conte and Levy going to have an argument about spending money, and Conte going to walk within a year. I think, matter of fact, I think Conte is more suited for this Man U team than he's suited for this Tottenham team.
All right, so let's point out that he has taken the job because they have told him that they're going to give him what he wants. Initially, what he wanted in this summer, that is $100 million to spend in the January transfer market. So that is part of the reason why he has accepted the deal. Will they hold out? Well, they have to, because guess what? This is a man. This is a no-nonsense type of man. If he doesn't get what he wants, he's going to walk, just like he did at Inter Milan. But Kems, what you thought about the situation? Because you're one that's saying that Nuno will actually do good at this club and all of that.
All right. Since I'm the only person who is on the Nuno in train, right? I need my time to talk. All right. Okay. So Nuno, remember, Nuno won Coach of the Month in August. Yes, just win Coach of the Month in August. Right. Obviously, he had a little bad stretch and so, but he played. With the whole hurricane situation, like we have to put things in its proper context. We can't just take a manager now and just say, hey, turn water into wine. Tottenham is like that girl who is a 5, but you want 10 treatment. That is what Tottenham is. Like, we're not going to do that, right? So look at the fixtures that Nuno would have come up with. I believe that they fired him too early. The same thing what Bones was talking about with Arteta. When after 3 games, Arsenal on 1 point, fire Arteta out by September, get him out, all that kind of stuff there. But these managers need time. There's a lot of stuff that was going on in Tottenham, injuries. Hurricane don't want to be there. Players ruffled, all of them kind of stuff there. So these managers need time. Okay, so quickly, let me tell you the fixtures that what them have coming up with. Everton, Leeds, Burnley, Brentford, Norwich. Give the man some time now to say, okay, these are your slate of games, and then if you don't get this amount of points in this time, then I have to relieve you of your duties. But I believe from a man who was manager of the month in August and who was getting results, beat City, and beat some relatively good teams. Obviously, losing 3-0 to Manchester United, all right, then understand that. But if you're going to tell me that Tottenham fired him because they really wanted Conte and they never want Manchester United to get Conte, then I have no arguments there. Because obviously Conte is a much better coach than Nuno. But if you're going to fire him based on just these little bit of games, and the man can't get him identity, can't put him fingerprint on the team, then definitely not. I think this firing come a bit too early. I think this coach is a good coach. I'm not going to say he's a great coach, but I think he's a good coach. I give him a little B- level coach, a Tottenham type of coach. Tottenham not deserve no Conte kind of coach. Like Conte bigger than Tottenham. Conte, so
I agree with that.
Huh?
I agree on the style of play is not what Tottenham traditionally want to play.
If you see a girl out there and she's a 5, but she wants a 10 treatment, that's what Tottenham is. And I just don't believe, I believe this firing.
You guys are crazy. Let me stop you and Ryan.
Very crazy.
Skims. Listen, you're in a result business. No time for you to talk about give man this amount of games, see how much points him get. That is what your club is doing.
No.
And that is why they're going to end up in what position they're in.
No.
On the pre-2 black and white. Oh, results business. Okay, let's say Conte come in. Okay, no, let's say Conte come in now. And these 5 games I have, same win 1, draw 1, and lose 3. Time to let him go. Because these teams are the bug teams, Is it time for him to go through the door because it's a results business? Like what?
How long since Conte? All right, Kims, Conte would be in for 5 games. All right, so you're telling me that they're going to sack a man after 5 games.
Okay, so how much games Nuno get? How much EPL games Nuno get? 9?
10.
This was a coach that had them from in the summer. This was a guy who brought in players. Conte not doing none of that, so don't contend Kims.
No,
you keep on telling Christian raise the level.
But you act like there wasn't circumstances around the team that caused the team not to play well. Injuries, the whole hurricane saga.
Hey, we can't get my in done. Me want to get my 1 minute and 1 minute and 30. First of
No,
all,
when
never
me crazy,
use.
well, on when me crazy with because me and Kim's never say exactly the same thing, you know.
No,
So
you
You
and
say
Kems two say
you
two
say
different things.
son world class.
You
what?
say no, no champ, no have winners mentality. That he
Yeah,
said.
that one he said son is world
No,
class.
and then I
Yeah,
clarify what I meant.
Yeah,
yeah.
Ryan,
Anyways,
Ryan, you
but
also just said that Nuno is bigger than Spurs. Come on, don't be
right.
No, I
ridiculous.
All
never
right.
said that. I never
No,
said
he
that.
said
No.
Conte.
I
He
Said
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 Nuno
Conte
is
was
Conte.
not.
bigger than
It is
Kante.
not.
Yo,
Yes, I can't bigger than Spurs. Yeah.
all right. My minute and 30 seconds. More I use 5 seconds to say Kems may have 20 different personality. Because a while ago, yes, sir, if you think in a black and white and not think like the commenters them. No, yes, so we not think in a black and white. Which is it? Please
No.
tell me.
No. Hold on. Repeat what you said. What did you say?
When on the Manchester United topic, you said that we must think in black and
No,
white
I
as
didn't.
analysts.
No, I did not. I could never say that. I said
You never
you
said that.
can't think black and white. And I say you can't think black and white. That's
All
what
right,
I
my
said.
bad. All right, my
Because
bad.
nothing is black
Moving
and
on.
white.
I'm gonna help you out a little bit tonight. To be honest, I do not believe that Nuno should have gotten the sack as yet. Reason being, and never got too away with it. Reason being is that I think looking at the games coming up, I think they should have given him a chance. To see with the games coming up to see where that would have taken them. Noting that this Tottenham team is probably 5 points off top four or something like that. And that's not bad. At this point of the season with 10 games in, that's not bad to be 5 points off. Tottenham's ambition could never be to win the Premier League. That could never be their ambition. So I don't see how it could be a problem for them to be 5 points off top four with winnable games in front of them and sack the coach on top of it. Yeah, so we know them have bad performance, but you play Manchester
Style of
United.
play.
It's style of play, yeah. But you play Manchester United, you have to give and take with that every week, right? So me not think it also could. The only thing me I say is probably it could have been also who are going in the conference league because them now have such a nice time over in the Bush League over the conference there. You understand? So
They use a bunch of bug players.
it doesn't matter. Result business. It doesn't matter.
But either way, Kems, that is going to come down to the coach.
Yeah, it will come back on the coach. You know, matter Kems, it will come back on the coach. You get what me I said? It could have been that. Could it be a smart move by Tottenham? It could be because Manchester United we know will struggle again and they will be out there looking for a coach. So probably snapping up Conte now is a smart move. But then again you have the likes of Zidane and them and the out there which give them put the right contract in front of them, Manchester United, then them man they will probably come. You understand what I say? But at this point in time, it could never be Tottenham's league position and the points that they have tallied so far why they fire Nuno. Could never. Because if the board actually sit down and look on what is in front of them in terms of teams to play, they would have at least given Nuno 5 more games. You understand?
That's all I say.
Yeah, they would have at least given 5 more games to say, hey, you have 5 games to save yourself. How many games have Manchester United given Ole to save himself and he saved himself? Same thing with Arteta, save himself every single time. They should have done the same with Nuno. As me say, yes, we know it's a result business, but some of the time you just have to stick with a manager. He might not even have 4 or 5 months in yet. Stick with
All
him.
right, Sherwin, listen
See
to
what
Sherwin.
going.
Sherwin, you just drew for Man United and Arsenal and with Ole and Arteta. Where are those two clubs going?
Well, me know which part mine
They
go.
have given both these two coaches whatever you just said. Give him the 5 match and whatever, how much time and whatnot. What has it done for those two teams?
Well, Manchester
Well,
United came second in the league, and we went to.
How much points behind the winners?
Well, was Man City that gap better than us? Yes, they were. What are you talking about?
Came second in the league and still won nothing.
Lavan, Arsenal consistently finished 8 and won 2 trophies with Arteta.
Mediocrity. All right. Shakes, what do you have to say?
Mediocrity.
All right. Let me just kill them, man. Easy. The first 3 that went. Ryan, first and foremost, Heung-min Son is not world class. Let's state that up front. He's not world class. Right? No problem. But he would not walk into every team in the world, so he's not world class.
Not every world class player walk in every team.
All right. Heung-min Son is not even in the top 10 players in the EPL. But let's move on. 2, you said Antonio Conte does not fit Tottenham's style. I would like to ask everybody, what has Tottenham won really and truly since the 1970s?
Hold on, let me just clarify that. When them appoint Mourinho, the big hullabaloo was always going to kill our style that we have always played and what have you. So clearly Tottenham fans love the type of football that they play. The only difference is that they weren't winning and they wanted to try and win something.
Thank you.
Clearly they are in love with it. Regardless of the fact, I know Tottenham fans, whether I know old Tottenham fans, I know young Tottenham fans, and they like to talk about them style of play. So
Yes.
it's something that means something to them.
Yeah, I get that, Ryan. Those are the fans. But what will it get them at the end of the day? It ain't gonna get them close to a trophy, right? Pochettino came very close against Liverpool in the Champions League in terms of trying to bring about winning and also playing a good style of football, right? He came close, But style, what is style really going to do in football? You have to win, and sometimes you need to make a change in going for a winner. And that is Antonio Conte. We just mentioned the ton load of players that we believe that he can improve and actually get something out of.
Shakes, look at this though, Shakes. It could be said that over the past probably 2 seasons, Tottenham has gotten more ambitious from they got that new stadium and all that. You notice that they went for Mourinho is a winner. Other people have expected them to go for Mourinho. And also, if you look at yes, they have Nuno and all of that. Nuno never win anything yet in his career. So I mean, Conte has won. So guess what? The chance to get him in right now,
he step up.
Pass upon it. Remember, they were reluctant to give him what he asked for in the summer, But no, guess what? Desperate time come for desperate measures, and guess what? The Man United probably offering a roundabout with Conte, so they just swoop in and just take him. Simple.
All right, Sherwin and Bones, Sherwin and Kems.
By the way, let me ask a question before you go any further. If you were to rank Kane out of 10, what number would you give him?
8.
Remember, you told me at 7 is world class. Let's move on.
At 7?
I tell you, I was going to that
again. Ryan, calm down. I said.
I told you I was going to.
I said in relation to Pele and Maradona, a lot of these players that are world class would really be rated at 7. That was my explicit statement. In relation, relativity, physics. In relation to Pele and Maradona, there's no way Harry Kane could be at 8 in world football. In relation to those players, he would have to be a 7. I go for Fatman Ronaldo, he is a 8.5 or a 9 in relation to Messi, Maradona, or Pele.
I don't remember that being a conversation. I remember the conversation being about Lampard. I used to say it was a 7, I used to say 7 world class.
Yeah, in relation to Maradona and Pele.
Hear what though? I don't want him to stray from the argument. Don't stray.
If 7 world class, 8 is world class.
All right, different
All
argument.
right,
Another
continue,
day.
continue,
Kind of
continue.
people.
Another day. As I was saying, for Kems now and Sherwin, because they are agreeing that Nuno should have been given more time. Guess what? You are playing a Manchester United team that literally went through their darkest day in their football history,
Okay.
barring when those players died in the Munich air disaster. This is the second darkest day in our history since our club has been formed. And you go out and play Manchester United and at your house. And that is the performance that you put in, and you are telling me that that coach must be given more time? Okay, all right. You list out 5 games that are coming up. So if you consider those games to be easy, isn't it better and make more common sense to actually get in a better manager, try to work with the players for those 5 games during those 4 weeks or so, and try to get positive results so that he can create a significant influence on the team for them to move forward? That to me makes more sense than keeping Nuno, who, remember guys, Arsenal, they are now ahead of Tottenham. And you are describing a man that won Manager of the Month in August. So it means that you have been regressing for 3 months now. Why would you keep a man if you are regressing? Because you literally hit the peak with him in August, and it has been, you're literally rolling down the hill. And Arsenal has been coming up. Why would you want to keep that man? Be fair. There's no way you can keep that man in the job. No way. You'd really have to be crazy to keep a man in that
All
job.
I'm going to say, I don't want to hear anything about Tottenham players when Conte don't get Tottenham over the hump when the one Tottenham get. I don't want to hear nothing about no players. Move on.
All right, Chris, you're a minute and 30.
Lord have mercy. All right, so first of all, I do agree that I didn't think that Nuno would have been a fit for Tottenham, in my opinion. I didn't think that he would have been. Now, I do want to point out something that Levon said that was very interesting. I realized, especially, and I did say it, Levon, Regulan, I did mention his name, that he would flourish under Antonio Conte. I did say it. And it is going to be interesting how Antonio Conte uses this Tottenham team. But you know the reason why I say that Nuno should have been fired? Shakes is right. This is the first time in Premier League history we concede 4 in the first half. 4. We got 4 from Liverpool in the first half. Should have been more, but we got 4. And after that, terrible and horrid performance. Tottenham should have been ready. I wipe them hand and I say, yes, we get a Man United side that got absolutely trumped by Liverpool. They should be saying, no man, if the Man United team looks so, we must can get 3 points. Our yard at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. This was not Old Trafford. This was Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. This was their home stadium.
Okay, what's special about Tottenham
And
Hotspur
the
Stadium?
fact of the matter is, Kems, you saw your opponents get battered the week before, and they come to your house.
Our Spurs and Liverpool.
Hold on, Kems.
Like no, not talk some madness, brother.
Kems, stop
All right, Chris, hold on a second, Chris. Hold on a second. Kems, listen though. I hear what Chris is saying, but how do you explain as a coach that a United just got trounced 5-0, right? They come to your home, and yet you guys never had even a shot.
And Levon, it's not just that
How do you explain that?
It's not just they got trumped, They had a terrible performance while getting that 5-0. They had no fight. They had no system. They were being run around like cones on a football field during a training session. And they come to your house and they not only beat you, but they got a clean sheet against you at your yard. And this is a team that got trumped. This team has been managed by Nuno. He has gotten this team from summer, right? Wolves was inconsistent. Arsenal lost their first 3 games of the season. Wolves and Arsenal are now ahead of Tottenham.
Exactly.
What do you say when you're at ninth position, when you were at the top of the mountain and Arsenal was struggling and Wolves was struggling? You were in first and now you're dropping to ninth
And
place.
zero shots on target.
Zero shots
Zero
on
shots.
target. You had a terrible performance at your yard against Man United that got battered the week before. And the most 90%, 99%, I think the only person that was included was Varane or if memory serves me correct. But basically all of the players that got battered by Liverpool last week played this week, and you could not even register a shot on target, Kims.
Well,
That
there was
bad.
okay, all right. Quickly, cause I'm gonna really like respond to madness, but quickly, right? Chris, like, is this the same Manchester United, quote unquote? Is this the same Manchester United team that played against Tottenham? No, Manchester United played completely different, and they played better than they played against Liverpool, and that is 100% true. They also played a totally different system that they played against Liverpool. That is also true. And what I asked you already, what is so special about Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? What's so special that brings fear? What is frightening about Tottenham Hotspur Stadium that they should, oh, you're playing at home? What's so special about that? What I'm saying is, if you look at both teams, right? When I act like say Tottenham never did a play no out of the park football. When I
And
say
that's the
Nuno,
problem.
I'm not saying Nuno is a out of the park manager, but I'm saying
And that's the problem.
but I'm saying, as I said before, if you're telling me that they just wanted to get Conte because he's better, no arguments there. But I'm saying if you're fire based on performance, give the man some more time. That's all I'm saying.
No,
All right,
but
let's move on though, because I still have a lot to wrap up because you guys talk a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. So let's move on. City got beaten up by Crystal Palace, and oh, what a lovely it was, man, to see Wilf Zaha scoring that goal. But you know the two players that I really like in this Crystal Palace side, and each week I come here and talk about them: Michael Olise and that Chelsea boy, Conor Gallagher, monster. But I'm going to give this one to Shakes quickly on it because I have a lot to go through.
Oh, so boy, Crystal Palace exceeded my expectations. Many of us had Patrick Vieira to get relegated with this Crystal Palace team, but as Ryan pointed it out,
not relegated, sack.
Well, sack slash relegated. Relegated. I think Kems was the only one that really had them to remain up. But you can see what he has implemented is not trying to implement, is what he has implemented, right? And that has even come over from that game against Arsenal where Lacazette scored in the 95th minute, right? The confidence that they have, they were playing a completely different style under Roy Hodgson. Them man, they should have been shown the door from a long time ago. But these players that he's had, right? When you really look on it, it's not really a big step up in quality, based on the personnel that he is working with now. So it is really down to the manager, the confidence that he instills, the tactics that he employs, right? And how he's able to integrate everybody into the team to get good results. So this game now against Manchester City, yes, Crystal Palace literally played to their strengths, right? On the counter. Because we all know that Man City is going to possess the ball. Laporte, what can I say? Slow coach. I don't know. That was just a crazy challenge. Should have probably just let the man through, because guess what? At the end of the day, you're supposed to have more quality than Crystal Palace. Get the man the goal, or make him go try beat Edison. If you have a top goalkeeper, let your goalkeeper get the chance. But sometimes it's just a defender's instincts to compete and pull down the man. So it was just a crazy challenge. But outside of that, I think Man City, they were disappointing on the day. Yeah, obviously they lost. But you mentioned Conor Gallagher. He has been playing pretty well all season. And even Koyate in the middle has been solid for that team. Yeah. And if you realize Crystal Palace might not set the world alight, but they don't concede a lot of goals like first time. That is an area that they have improved significantly. Their defensive line, their defensive shape. Man,
And
you
Ryan
need
will be
some.
smelling about Ryan will be smelling about that because it's another Chelsea boy that has gone down there to stabilize it in Mark Gui, and he has been very good for them. And also
Yeah.
Joaquim Anderson. So hats off to them. Ryan, your team now. You look downbeat and deadbeat throughout that first half, but as we have said on multiple occasions on this show that Tuchel is the type of coach where if they go in at halftime and they're not playing properly, second half just expect Chelsea to turn up the heat, and they did do so. But what surprised me was that there was no attacking player on the bench. I was like, what the hell is going on here? But he made two substitutions. He brought on Ross Barkley and I believe it was Loftus Cheek. And
Yes, the attacking player. You mean like forward.
Forward.
Out and out attacker.
Yeah, because Loftus Cheek and Russ are really attacking players.
Barkley and Loftus Cheek, yeah.
But there weren't any forwards to bring on because the two forwards are injured. So it is what we have to use. We just have to use what we have to use, and we attack in different ways because even Tuchel said that the wing backs are basically midfielders. So it depends on how you look at it because there are different ways to attack. So Chelsea might line up as a back 3/back 5, but when they attack with about 7 players. So it depends. It's not about the formation it's about the personnels and how they play. So yeah, so even though we never have any out and out forwards, we are 10 goals in the last 2 games in the league. So that goes to show that it's the philosophy and as opposed to the personnel's person.
And it also goes to show that when you play weak teams, you're supposed to kill them.
I agree with you.
Yep. 10 goals in 2 matches.
And I was a bit worried, because I know sometimes Newcastle at St. James Park tends to give us a bit of problem, but we found a way. And once we got that first goal, we got like 3 in 15 minutes, and we just kill the game. That's how you should do with games. When you get a chance to kill them, you kill the game. Tell me something. The Chelsea fans, quite a few of them were angry with Georgina because Reece James would be like the first defender to score a hat-trick in the league, I think. Would you have given the penalty to Reece, given that he's competent at penalties, as we have seen in the shootout?
Ryan, I was watching the match, right? Along with the big Englishman, Josh, and I was saying that Georgina walk from the penalty and give it to the youth. Let the youth score the hat-trick, let the youth make history. I mean, you already leading 2-0. So why not?
I agree.
And then if Newcastle had come back to draw the game 2-2, y'all would kill Georgina.
All right, here is my thing. I understand it because I said it recently as well that you never know, it can come down to goal difference. I said it last week when Liverpool shut down shop. I said it might come back and affect them, you never know.
Yep.
So anything can come down to goal difference. So when I see Georgina took up the ball to kick the penalty, I was like, okay, team decision, I'm going to kick. But he was the captain anyway, so it was his decision more than.
And he's the designated penalty.
And he's the designated kicker.
And you also said tonight, Ryan, that a scoreline of 3-0 kills a game versus a scoreline of 2-0.
Yeah.
So
I would have personally.
James would have took away that penalty.
Go again?
What's that?
Who told you that Reece James wouldn't have tucked away that penalty?
We don't know.
No, we don't know.
he doesn't
No
he doesn't have
speculation.
the body of work to tell you that he will score that goal. So it's literally a 50-50 chance for him scoring versus Jorginho. It's literally a 9 out of 10 chance. I would rather take my chance with a 9 out of
I think
10.
it's more than 50-50 for Reese because he has shown that he's competent at penalties in the shootouts. So you can use that to gauge it. It's not like we have never seen him before kick a
Yeah,
penalty.
but we don't say no to that. But how many penalties has he kicked in the Premier League?
Okay, I hear shakes.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Next up,
I understand the decision, but I'd have liked for Reece James to have kicked it, personally.
And that's another feel-good moment.
All right, next up we saw Burnley getting the better of Brentford, and as Kim said, Kim's predicted Burnley to have won this game, and they did so convincingly. Could have been more good win for them. Did some things for their their confidence. Actually got a win at long last. I said Kim's Carney once again was instrumental to that win. Quickly, what do you have to say on it?
Brentford showing their true colors. Finally they start showing their true colors. But in all seriousness though, Burnley came out on the front foot. I believe this was a game Burnley circled probably on their calendar and said, boy, season not go too well. This is 3 points so we need. Because they played as the more desperate team, and as you said, it could have been 4, 5, 6, 7. Burnley was just very dominant, and those things happen in football. Brentford doesn't seem like they were up to the challenge. I think Manningsman also came and said that, boy, the physicality of Burnley are gonna be, a bit too much for Brentford as it was. So, good win, Burnley.
Okay. All right. Next up we saw Norwich being beaten by Leeds, and I think Kims, what did you predict? You predicted Norwich to win this game, right?
Yeah.
But it was Leeds who got the win, and Chris, what do you have to say about this quickly?
Rafinha, man. We just rate Rafinha to a level where last season was Patrick Bamford that a lot of persons were talking about in terms of attacking wise for Leeds. But this season Rafinha has just taken the bull by the horn for Leeds. And I will always say that he's a good player. He's a very good attacking player. Has shown it for country and he's showing it for club and leading the line. Leeds is a very tricky team. You can never predict when they can pull out 3 points, when they're going to have a stalemate or a draw, or when they're gonna lose. But when they're pulling things together attacking wise, they're an exciting team to watch. But man, Rafinha is carrying that attacking line for Leeds, I'm telling you. But important 3 points for Leeds and Marcelo Bielsa.
Mm-hmm.
The man with the assist for Rafinha goal was nobody else than Daniel James. But let's move on. Let's move on to the next game where we saw, Aston Villa got their ass whooped by West Ham, even after they went down to 10, and leads you to ask the question: will they sack Dean Smith? Because I've seen reports linking them with Paulo Fonseca, who was in the running for Newcastle job. So will they stick by Dean Smith, or probably they'll change? Shakes, quickly on this one.
On the Dean Smith or just on the game itself?
Both.
Game.
Oh, so the game was actually a very good game. I watched that game on Sunday. People might look on the score line and think that 11 you say it was an ass whooping. I disagree strongly with that, because Aston Villa, they were in that game when they went down to 10 men, right? When they lost yeah, when they lost Kansa, I don't know what happened, but with 10 men, they were literally better than when they were playing with 11, and they stepped it up a notch. And even Declan Rice and what's his name, Johnson, who scored the first goal, he even mentioned it that West Ham, and the coach even came and said it after that. Like West Ham, they weren't really good in that game, and people might look at the scoreline and they were saying that, listen, the coach is going to be mad with them, upset, because they did not play to their full potential, right? But Aston Villa, they were in that game, as I said. If Ollie Watkins had scored that goal, the second chance, I'm pretty sure we would have been talking about a different game, right? However, because Aston Villa went down to 10 men, West Ham, they were able to counter Aston Villa and scored those additional 2 goals after leading 2-1. After that third goal went in from this ridiculous play where the referee had to sort out some handbags that went on the field, that literally broke the Aston Villa comeback, because they were on top in terms of the tempo and all, how they were playing. So when that third goal went in, it was just curtains for them. The third led to a fourth. It could have literally ended 5-1 at the end of the day. But I really would not call it an ass whooping. A little bit on Leon Bailey. Very disappointing. I know as Jamaicans, people don't really want to get up and sit down and analyze when a Jamaican is out there playing, because if you say something bad about them, you don't like the player. But I was disappointed that he did not offer more. And that's fair assessment. I believe that even the commentator said it, super sub, but guess what? Your coach entrusts you with giving you the start this week. And when El Ghazi was coming on for him, they were like, boy, he did not provide the impetus that the coach was looking for. And we need to realize that Jack Grealish is not there anymore, right? Leon Bailey is supposed to be a part of that attacking unit. And for me, he's not doing enough. Maybe he's not 100% fit. But if you're not 100% fit, be a super sub. Don't start the man and bring down his confidence. Because we know what happens in the EPL. Is if you're not scoring and you're not playing well, you know that the fans not going to be behind you. We know that the commentators going to start saying all sort of stuff. We know that the pundits going to say all sort of stuff, and we are all humans. And just because he might be a footballer, we think that they're in a box. No, they're not in a box, right? They hear what is said in the media, right? They hear what the fans say at the ground. So for me, I was just really disappointed in his gameplay.
Question, Buendia, what was the cost of it?
34 to 40 mil.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. So Buendia cost more than Bailey. And Buendia wasn't much better either.
No, well, listen, Ryan, I'm not trying to point out Leon Bailey, you know. I only pointed him out because he is
I'm not. I get what you're saying, you know, because I heard the commentators echoing the same sentiment. So I'm saying why Buendia was allowed to get away with having a bad game, and Buendia has had a few bad games starting.
But I don't think. Listen, let me tell you. I think even the commentators, we all know that Leon Bailey can be a more exciting player than Buendia, right? So we are just looking for more on the field of play from Leon Bailey than even Buendia. Whether or not him costs more money, right? We're just looking for the man to bring flair, excitement to the game.
Okay. Anyway, speaking about flair and excitement, it is funny how Moyes said that yesterday's price is not today's price. Over the weekend, and Rice found that goal.
All right, I was just about to point out that in 900 Premier League football action this season, Declan Rice has been dispossessed once, only once.
Unlike a particular player from Newcastle who has been dispossessed.
Declan Rice has been a top 5 player so far this season.
Correct.
Right. Let's move on to the final game where I give Kims to talk about. You were saying something, Chris?
Yeah, I was saying I agree. He has been a top 5 player. No doubt he has been a beast at that CDM role to play 900 Premier League minutes and only being dispossessed once. We were talking about that for Virgil van Dijk when he was at the top of his game for Liverpool. I think that he should get more notoriety, Declan Rice, because when you look at it, he sees a lot of the plays going on because he's a central defensive midfielder. So
Yeah.
I think that Declan Rice to go
Don't
900 Premier League minutes and not concede and only been dispossessed once, man.
don't worry, Chris.
Games
He's
and one
English.
time him dispossessed, and he's been seeing the ball a lot as a central defensive midfielder. You have to give him props, man, for
Don't
real.
worry, Chris. He's English. The overhyping will come shortly.
I am waiting for it in again because it happens with a lot of English ballers a
Trust me.
lot of times. But you have to give him
All
credit
right,
where credit due, man.
let's not go down that road. All right, with the final game, I'm going to give Kems the final say. So, Everton not looking good, boy. They have lost quite a few games on the track now. Wolves got the better of them today by 2 goals to 1. What do you have to say about that, Kems? And finally, Raul Jimenez back on the score sheet.
Well, let me tell you. I remember when we just started talking about the season. We were seeing, all Benitez had to do was win, and he started off with a bang. And him win some games, and the fans on his side and so. But as it from the five get from Watford to now the 2-1 defeat against Wolves, I think sooner or later he's going to be on the hot seat. But I'm really glad that Wolves is actually getting the results they deserve that they weren't getting earlier in the season. So I'm really glad that Wolves deserve to win this game. Obviously they were the better team. Everton, I don't know why them. Even when Ancelotti was coaching the side, they start out well. People even had them to win the league. But then after that, they drop down, and same thing. No, they start out hot and then they drop down. But Wolves going on good. I want to see a goal from Iron Balloon, but not see it yet at all.
Boy,
Okay.
Levan have him goal disallowed, man. Huang. Come now, I hear huge from Wolves, Come now,
Yeah, man. Me have a fantasy team. I made a count and say yes, at least me get some points in a fantasy. Then me just say the goal chalk off. And I said, Jaja.
But in all
But
honesty,
it's one of those things, man. I did very poor in
for the last few games, they've been doing good. I mean, albeit, it's not the greatest of competitions, but their last 5 games, they've managed to attain, I believe, was it 13 points, which is 4 wins and a draw. So you really can't fault them for really stepping up. They're now 16 points. And, I don't really want to go back to the Tottenham game, the Tottenham aspect. But if you really look at how they've been able to transform themselves to how they have started, they were very inconsistent, Wolverhampton Wanderers. And they're now ahead of Tottenham by goal difference. And at one point, they were staring down at relegation, albeit it was just the start of the season, and Tottenham were first at the start of the season. But they're now on 16 points, which is level with Tottenham, but have a better goal difference. So I think that they've really made a transformation, and I'm happy they're able to do that. I mean, their last 5 games, they've not lost. So a step in the right direction, to be honest.
All right, and here's Joseph saying that there's no love lost between Benitez and the Toffees. He's looking like the next manager to get the sack. There's a clear disconnect between him and the players. And I see quite a few people in the comment section saying that they're not going to blame Rafa for today because you can't have a team and then a player make a silly back pass and they're going to blame a coach for that.
Yeah, like I don't agree with that what Joseph said because and as soon as a team start perform bad or them not get a good run results anymore, then we start saying, oh, there is love lost between this, or the coach not connect to this and that. I don't think that's the issue. I just think the players need to play better. Like they're making some bonehead mistakes that not even primary school players supposed to make. So I don't think it's love loss or none of that between, I think Rafa are try a thing, but probably Everton just not as good as people thought.
That's why football is an ungrateful sport, may I tell you.
Very ungrateful, brother.
So you know that we have reached that stage stage of the show where I'm just going to go around the table and give you guys all a minute to talk about whatever, and it's a minute, not 2 or 3 minutes. Shakes, I'm going to start with you. Any topic, it doesn't matter. Don't have to be football.
When is the next West Indies game?
I think it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Boy.
I'm
West
not
Indies,
I'm not even sure.
West Indies and India, they are literally in the same boat. And I would never imagine saying that West Indies and India, they're in the same boat. India picked a team, right? Early. They did not pick a team from the players that performed well from the IPL. West Indies, they picked a team. They left out players that performed in the CPL and brought them friend and company to the World Cup. And India and West Indies, two teams that would basically be pre-tournament favorites, they are gonna go home. Yes, Shakes is going out on a limb and saying that the West Indies and India they'll be on the same flight actually.
I think the limb would have been better if you made that at the start of the competition and not now when you see the results. You know, I don't think it's as genius now as it would have been at the start of the competition.
No,
not
I'm not.
against you.
But hold on, but Kems, I'm not trying to be a genius, you know. I'm just saying that the selectors from both nations have got it horribly wrong. That is what I'm trying to point out.
Oh, okay.
And nobody would have thought that halfway into the tournament, West Indies and India, they are literally at the airport right now. Their bags are being loaded into the cargo bay.
All right, Shakes, one question for you. One question before we move on. We have winning the tournament, and which two teams have going to the final?
Easy. England and Pakistan. The winner, boy, that one is tough. I believe Pakistan, they will beat England in the final by 10 runs.
Okay.
All the runs there
Okay,
get
sir.
the ball.
Did I go say that, Kims? Perfect.
Chris, what do you have to say? Your minute.
All right, so my minute. Obviously, I want to talk about the NBA. The Chicago Bulls. I am really impressed with what they've been able to do so far in the NBA. I was not sure how Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball, and DeMar DeRozan would have fared out, but they're faring out pretty well. And I want to say big up to my Miami Heat team. They've been doing fairly well as well. So I'm not gonna talk too tough about that. But the Chicago Bulls are really impressing me this season with what they've been able to do, and the players are able to gel. So I'm really impressed with them, and I'm excited for the rest of the season for the NBA, both Eastern and Western. But I'm looking closely at the Eastern Conference.
Okay, sir. Kems.
All right. So with the Chicago Bulls, I don't know how could you not expect this, right? Because Lonzo Ball is a pass first point guard, so you know he won't interrupt the scoring between Lavine and DeRozan. And then them also have the brother from Orlando, Vucevic. Them have him as the center, you know, for anchor and everything. So you know, I actually pick Chicago going to the playoffs, not the play-in, but the playoffs. So you know, one of those teams going to drop out, preferably Boston, because I don't really like Boston. The Miami Heat, they're actually playing well. They're actually playing well as well. I'm going to take in one of the game them and see what I want. But I must talk about my Green Bay Packers. Right now we're 7-1. After the first game, them style we and them say, oh, we're not good. Right now we win 7 games straight. Just beat up the little Cardinals. Cardinals are ready for this, so just beat them up easy. And obviously, my Los Angeles Lakers, right now, Carmelo, we're finding back Carmelo from his Denver days, his Knicks days. Westbrook finally finding his feet. LeBron, he'll fit in wherever he fits in. AD on the defensive end. Sports is at an all-time high right now. Lakers winning.
So you're going to list out the whole Lakers team?
Huh?
Are you going to name out the entire Lakers team?
Well, it's my minute or yours, boss. I can do anything you want with my minute. But hey, but yeah, so I can't wait for the playoffs to start. But yeah, that's my minute.
Okay, good show on Saturday again, boss man. As if you guys don't know, not Shakes, I mean Kems actually keep a NFL show on Saturdays, even though they have been letting the people lose their money, and they're going to pay back all of you guys your money. Trust me, Devin, Kems, Damian, and Doing. They're going
Yeah,
to pay you guys
you
back.
owe
So
me, Kims. Because
Huh?
you owe me. Because I'm watching
But
you, I'm watch your
all right,
show. I'm bet I'm lose. So you owe me too.
I got paid some of the NFL players, man, and tell them say, oh, let me for the better on the
Simple,
show.
guys. When Kems and the guys pick, you just do the opposite, and you'll win. And then thank them later.
Hey, but why you
but
start with Reggie Kims, you know?
um, on the other hand, I want to say thanks to all of you guys. Sports Friends currently has passed the 500 mark in terms of subscriptions. Our next aim is to reach 1,000 subscribers mark, and I want to reach it before the year end. That's our target, and together I know that we all can do it. As we always say, just take a person beside the phone and just simply just enter Sports Frenzy and just subscribe to the thing. It's simple, not that hard. So just keep the subscription coming, and we're here at Sports Frenzy. Thank you guys for that. Without you, there's no Sports Frenzy. So let's keep on growing together. As I said before, thanks to Kems who keeps the NFL show. Thanks to Demo who every now and then keeps on Thursdays about cricket because according to him he's guru and he sucks at prediction because Alta Birdie pinch me and tell me that Demo is 1919 prediction in EPL prediction. So Demo, you're no guru. But thanks again, Chris. Thanks, Shakes. Thanks, Kems. Thanks to our producer Josh Collins makes this possible. Thanks to you, our commenters. You are the ones that makes us feel special at nights. And thanks to all our viewers, the ones that just sit behind the camera or sit behind the phone screen and just watch and don't comment. We say thanks to all of you guys. Until next time, which will be tomorrow. Stay safe, guys. And as always, let's go and watch some sports. Lots of Champions League football playing tomorrow. See, we didn't even get to predict that because of you guys just yap, 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 yap. But it's just one of those days. So, guys, just look out and keep on supporting the thing. Until next time, peace out. Enjoy the rest of your night.